The following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve.
And all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters, welcome to the January 30th wonderful Wednesday edition of today's Opening Bell on The Trader's Edge. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, and I absolutely treasure your presence here today. And my outcome, as always, is to help you to become a better money master and to provide you with the tools that each of us need in order to lead an inspired life. Because leading an inspired life, folks, that is what it's all about. So let's go take a look at one of our tools. This is the tool that I call the law of attraction. Now, yesterday's tool was success breeds success. And success breeds success requires really two laws of the universe. One we spoke about yesterday, those two laws being the law of inertia and the law of attraction. Now, again, the law of inertia states it's easier for something in motion to stay in motion, and the law of attraction states like attracts like. Now, the law of attraction, folks, it deals with the attraction between ourselves and, individuals, places, conditions, and basically everything we want in our life. It's the reason that all of us are here together right now. Said another way, we manifest into our life our thoughts and our beliefs. Now, the law of attraction, it functions like a boomerang, bringing back to us that which we project onto others, either good or ill, which means we've got three options in life to attract things into our lives. Two of those options are really easy. That which we like and that which is like us. Those are two real easy things to attract into our life. Attracting these things in our life is so easy. All we have to do is become the person that we admire. In our inner success, folks, well, that will take care of our outer success. The difficult option number 3, is when we encounter things that we don't like. Because if we focus on what we dislike, folks, we will attract that into our life. In fact, I think we'll attract that into our life even faster, and that never leads to a good outcome. Now, the universe is constantly testing us. It's what I call the pitch and catch game, the boomerang effect, and the game goes on and on and on. And it's at the moment when the universe throws us a pitch of negativity that we must truly be on top of our game, because we've got to neutralize those experiences as quickly as possible. The easiest way to do this is to really, quite frankly, refrain from judgment, or better yet, find the good in every situation. Write that down. Find the good in every situation. Because, folks, when you find the good, when you find that lesson and you throw that back to the universe, well, if you do that in the pitch and catch game of life, the universe will respond back to you by attracting, quite frankly, that which it is that you want in your life. Something to think about. Let's go see what the universe was throwing at us today here in these markets as the markets were opening. We had the GDP numbers out earlier. We're taking a look at the 10-minute chart on the ES Mini. If you're watching us on TigerTV, that's the chart that you see up on my screen here right now. If you're listening on the radio or your mobile device, you can always catch the live stream of this on your smartphone. Just simply go to the homepage at TFNN.com. Over on the right-hand side, you will see some 3 little smartphones. Click on that, and automatically it should stream live to you. You can always catch the archive of this show on Channel 9. Will be up later this afternoon as we take a look at the ES Mini as the jobs numbers are coming out this Friday. In fact, I put together my newsletter today, and for some reason I was thinking tomorrow was Friday. So for all my subscribers out there, I apologize, because I was talking about how tomorrow is Jobs Friday. Well, it's really not, because that would be Jobs Thursday. So it's in 2 days, Jobs Friday. But as we take a look at the response to the GDP numbers, well, we clearly can see on the 10-minute chart where the bulls were hanging out. You had a big push down with volume. I expect that low will be tested sometime today, because what we've got here is a little high volume bar to the downside. That low right now, 1498.50. Actually, on the 10-minute chart, this 10-minute bar, believe it or not, qualifies as a hammer candle. Kind of unusual, not one that you would normally pick out. And the reason is because you've got such a large shadow to the downside. So it's close. and it is a cigar out there, so qualifies as a hammer. That means if you get it closed below 1498.50, if you were trading the 10-minute chart, if you're long, you're absolutely wrong out there. And so right now you've got high volume down there. You can also see the market getting into that oversold territory. So since that time frame, what the futures have been doing, at least the ES Mini, just simply traveling sideways. If we pick up from yesterday, let's go pick up from yesterday. We were taking a look as we were, in essence, not coming on the air at about 7 o'clock in the morning, as the ES Mini on the 10-minute chart had also gotten down into that oversold condition. We know that was testing an area of resistance out there. That's the black horizontal line going across my screen. If you listen to the archives from yesterday, what we did was we said it was basically at the 1491 level. That was the bottom area of resistance, or support, I should say, and the top area of resistance was the 1500 mark. So you got a 9-point swing out there. In fact, in the 10-minute chart, what you see is really a consolidation pattern. If you take a look, if you put your crosshair across the 1500 level down to the 1491, what in fact happened was the ES Mini clearly moved up. What it did was a 1.618 expansion of swing points. So that's the first thing. And all you have to do is go to the swing point high on the 10-minute chart. That came in at 9:10 in the morning on January 28th out there, so a couple days ago. If you go from that high down to the low that was put in yesterday at about 6:50 in the morning out at 1491.25, you will see that what happened was we had an expansion up to that 1.618 level. Also, if you take the 1491 and subtract that from 1500, you got a 9-point swing. Add that to 1500. It says 1509 is on the horizon. What the ES Mini got up to was 1506. It's another way to be able to utilize consolidation areas. When you have consolidation areas, they do typically resolve themselves in the direction that they came from. That's exactly what took place yesterday. The market getting up into that bought condition, of course, having to work itself off and really working itself off ever since about the 4 o'clock in the evening time frame, all the way up to, quite frankly, about 6 o'clock this morning. Our call number, as always, is 877-927-6648. Let's go peek in on the 30-minute charts out here, because on the 30-minute charts, whether it is what we're looking at here on the screen right now is the 4 quadrants, the 4 futures contracts. We're looking at the Dow futures in the upper left-hand corner, a 30-minute chart out there, not a hammer candle showing up, so that is not an area of support on the 30-minute chart. The Russell 2000 over on the right-hand side, the Russell 2000, the first one down into the oversold territory, but still no bullish candle as we came into the 9 o'clock session. You did have volume down there. Does suggest that area should also be tested. The ES Mini, that's in the lower left-hand area. Right now trading out at 1502, and we've got the NASDAQ futures in the lower right. So no hammer candles, no bullish candles as the market moved down between that 8:30 and 9 o'clock session out there. So now we've got to look for other areas of support. Let's go take a look at the Russell 2000 futures out here. The Russell 2000 coming down and testing the swing point low, its most recent one, which was 2:30 in the afternoon yesterday. Only 4,800 contracts as the market moved down this morning, moved down with 13,000 between that 8:30 and 9 o'clock session. What does that suggest? It suggests that area will be tested again. If we come back, we take a look at maybe where is the most volume that we've got out here. We would come into the candle here to the upside, 10 o'clock in the morning on January 24th out there, 901.70. So that is the area where I suspect we will see the Russell 2000 travel down into. If we go take a look at the NASDAQ futures out here, you had Amazon out with earnings last night, and this morning here, let me go take a peek in on Amazon, see what it is doing, trading up nicely, up $22.68 right now. So we'll go take a look at that stock chart. But let's go take a look at the NASDAQ futures. You got Apple was trading down. Let me take a peek in on Apple here. Apple closed at 458. Right now, the last trade firing off at about 455 out there. As we take a look at the NASDAQ futures here, volume to the downside in that 30-minute, let me just refresh my screen, because volume to the downside, really not that bad out there at all. Give me a second here for the screen to refresh, make sure I've got some accurate data out here. Come on, screen. There we go. Okay, I take that. Well, really, the data coming down, the volume coming down in that 9:30 session, not too bad. Only 8,200 contracts. So the NASDAQ has a little bit of strength. If the NASDAQ does move down, makes a retracement down. It looks like where this is going to find some good support here is going to be at the 1030 bar from yesterday, out at about the 27.30.50 area. Let's go take a look at the daily contracts. Let's go see what's going on inside the market today. What the ES Mini did here in the overnight session got up to a level of 1506. It has completed a 1.272 butterfly. We've got butterflies all over the place. Some of us have butterflies in our stomachs, but when we take a look at the ES Mini, it is a thing of beauty when we take a look at 1.272 butterflies. We got back-to-back butterflies that have completed. If this area gives way, meaning about, we're going to call it around the 1510 mark, because when we took a look at that 10-minute chart, we said 1509 would be a normal price for a price to travel to. Just simply taking a look at that consolidation area. If it closes above 1509 on the daily chart, 1547 would be the next stop. That would be the 1.618 expansion off of September 14th all the way down to that November 16th area. Again, our call number 877-927-6648. We come back, we'll go take a look at gold, having a nice morning, up $16 right now. We'll be right back.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Wealth Management. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportions of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what an asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Wealth Management financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Wealth Management, LLC. Member SIPC.
With the launch of TigerTV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With TigerTV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Carol Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on TigerTV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out TigerTV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
TFNN is proud to partner with Great Panther Silver for another exciting silver coin giveaway. The Great Panther Silver Super Silver Giveaway begins the week of January 28th and we'll be choosing 47 lucky winners. It's free to enter with absolutely no strings attached. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com today to fill out your entry form. Every hour that we're on the air, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. the week of January 28th, we'll be randomly choosing one lucky winner that will win a silver coin or bar from Great Panther Silver and TFNN. And the final hour of the week, Friday, February 1st, we'll choose 3 lucky winners. That's 47 winners in just 1 week, with over $1,000 in silver given away to our loyal listeners. Register today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. And for more information on Great Panther Silver, you can click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex, symbol GPL, or on the Toronto Stock Exchange, symbol GPR.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by BackTech Environmental. For more information, just click the BackTech banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Market should open pretty flat here this morning. Maybe the Dow, the Nasdaq up about 2 points. The Dow should be pretty flat. Same with the ES Mini as well. As we take a peek around the globe here, over in Germany, the DAX trading down 37 points right now, out at 78.10. The FTSE's off 13 points, out at 63.26. Over in Asia last night, we handed the ball off well to Asia. The Hang Seng up 166 points. The Nikkei up 247 points, another 2.2% out there. And the Shanghai joining in on the action, up 1%, up 25 points. Gold is up $18 right now, trading out at $16.79. Gain of a wide-ranging bar coming in that 0.618 retracement out here. As we take a look at it, when I'm referring to, folks, I'm taking a look at the swing point high, the most recent swing point high out here, which would take us back into January 17th, that level 1697.80, all the way down to the test of the trend line, which happened to be a 0.618 retracement, and that was the session from January 28th. The low out there was 1651. Had a nice bull sash candle yesterday, having some follow through today with this candle as it is, and coming into that 0.618 level. Daily chart not being neither over sold. We're talking right in the middle there. Looks like and trading inside the swing point from January 17. It looks like gold is going to make it up to the 1687, perhaps the 1697, and test the high of the January 17th swing point. Silver also high-ho silver having a nice morning. And folks, speaking of silver, each hour today, we'll be giving away some silver. It is our Great Panther Silver giveaway for the entire week through Friday. If you haven't had a chance, go to the homepage at TFNN.com and sign up for it. It is not too late. Some point in time during the show this morning, I'm sure we're trying to get a winner on the phone right now. We'll be giving away some silver. Silver here this morning also having a good day, up 2.2% as we speak, up 69 cents, trading out at 31.88. The silver here most certainly going to go tag the swing point high. Silver actually stronger than gold, so we'll take our lead here from silver. And what I mean by that is if you take a look at the hammer candle, didn't really qualify as a hammer candle, close to a hammer candle. We'll call it still a hammer. Back on January 4th out there, if you go from that low in silver, which was 29.24, all the way up to the high that happened to be put in on January 23rd. If you took a retracement, what you will see is silver only retraced about 50% of that way. So a little bit stronger. Gold made it back to the 0.618 level. Silver a little bit stronger. Having a nice move here this morning. Silver wants to get into the 32.10 to 32.48 level out there. It's possible if silver can pick up some volume, it could be making an A to B equals CD up. One thing at a time out here, and let's go take a look at some currencies. We take a look at the currency market out here. Let's go start with the pound, the Great British Pound here, forming a nice bullish engulfing candle yesterday. That was after coming down to the 0.618 retracement. Again, folks, works this way on every instrument. That's why you want to make sure you're using your Fibonacci retracement numbers. That's why you want to make sure you're using 382, 618, and 786. Well, the pound, what a beautiful setup there from the lows going back in June of 2012 all the way up to the high that was put in on January 2nd, making almost an exact 0.618 retracement, getting a nice bullish engulfing candle, and getting right now it's struggling with the old support level. It became resistance. That's where it's interesting. That is really where the pound stopped last night. It's trying to get up over that area. That area would really be, I would say, about the 1.5767 mark. Great British Pound looks like it wants to begin a move higher. That would put some weakness in the U.S. dollar index. If we take a look at where we should see the pound at least travel to, well, at least the 0.382 level. That would be 1.5929. More likely, though, the 0.618, right around the 160.086. That is on the Great British Pound. Let's go peek in on as long as we're in the currency market here. Let's go take a look at the Euro U.S. dollar index. That is breaking out against above its most recent swing point, where it made a 100% move. Didn't camp out here for very long. I'm really referring to the cluster of candles back in February of 2012. This says that the euro wants to move up to 1.38319. Old resistance becoming new support. That says right now inside the euro as it makes its ascent higher, 134.775-ish should be support for the euro. 877-927-6648. Popping in the pre-markets, leading the charge. You got Amazon and Capano Energy, Apple to the downside, and Petrobras PBR. We'll be right back, folks.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Just recently, on December 28th, Market Insight subscribers were advised to go long the QQQ, the NASDAQ 100 ETF, on December 28th at $63.91, and only 2 trading days later, after a huge jump in the markets, Market Insight subscribers were advised to sell the QQQ at $66.64 for a $2.73 or 4.27% profit to start off 2013. At the same time, Tom O'Brien had advised his clients looking for a more leveraged trade that they could have initiated a position in the QLD, the ProShares Ultra QQQ ETF, and over the same 2 trading days, Market Insight subscribers were able to lock in a $4.48 profit or an 8.47% gain in just 1 trade. Get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during your free trial and pay nothing. Don't miss out on the next great trading opportunity in 2013. Act today. If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of TFNN.com and sign up now. Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And we're off to the races. We got the Dow off 14 points, trading out at 13,940. Composite up 2, trading at 31.56. S&P down a point, out at 15.06. Small caps down a point as well, out at 9.06. Google up $2 and change. Apple down $1.17, trading out at 4.57 right now. Microsoft flat. Intel up 2 pennies. Cisco down 4, leading the charge. The upside again. Amazon up $18 and change right now. Copano Energy up $5.77 out here. Aspen Technologies, AZPN, up 13% this morning. Pioneer Natural, PXD, is their ticker symbol. They're up 3.5%. Commvault, CVLT, one of the IBD equities out there, up 4.5%. Avery Dennis, AVY, is up 7.9%. That's up about $3. Netflix up another percent this morning, up $1.80. Phillips Petroleum, PSX, out with numbers, I believe. Their numbers go like this: at earnings of $4.1 billion versus $4.8 a year ago. They did, let's see here, I see a lot of earnings. Where is the revenue number? Where is the revenue number? Revenue number not popping out. However, trading up about 4% this morning, up $2 and change. To the downside, Sensata Technologies, ST is the ticker symbol, off about 6%, down about $2. Parexel International, PRXL, off 5%. That's off $1.88. Vertex Pharmaceuticals, VRTX, off 3.5%. Philip Morris PM down $1.33. You've got Ace Limited, ACE is their ticker symbol, off $1 and a change. That's all dollar-wise, large dollar-wise, not really too large, to the downside. Let's go over and take a look at the Philadelphia gold and silver index, the XAU, and this is a little thing of beauty here, putting a couple of tools together. One would be expansions of swing points coming together down at the oversold territory of that relative strength indicator. So if you're watching us on Tiger TV, and I'll describe to you what it is that we're actually looking at. If you take a look at the last real bullish position out here, was back on the 20th of December. Makes a nice hammer candle, as it was also making a 1.272 expansion of swing points. Now, if you take the low of that hammer candle on the XAU, that would be the 156.76 number, and go ahead all the way up to the next swing point high. That swing point high came in on January 2nd. That was at a price of 169.97. If you take the difference between those two and you multiply it times 1.618, subtract that from that January 2nd level, that will go ahead and take you all the way down to the low that was put in on January 28th. That low happens to be 148.85. Now, what you can also do is take the candle out here from January 8th. That was a move down. That was a test of that hammer candle. It was rejected. That hammer candle being December 20th. Goes ahead and makes a retracement. Looks probably like about a 0.618 retracement out there. Makes that retracement coming into January 15th. Regardless of the retracement, if you just take that number from January 15th, that high, 164.87, off of the low from January 8th, out at the 158.68, take that difference. Now, this one here, if you multiply it times 2.618, subtracted from that low of January 8th. That, too, will go ahead and take it to the low of January 28th. So you got a 2.618 expansion, a 1.618 expansion, coming in at the low on January 28th. And yesterday, getting a bull sash candle out there. So you got your bullish configuration. Says that you've got a bounce. Now, the problem here, I'm going to go ahead and take this off of the screen. The big problem that you've got here is what the XAU did was it stopped where it was supposed to when you take a look at those Fibonacci expansion numbers. What it also did was got to the oversold territory, and it's got to work that self off. But breaking that hammer candle on December 20th is a problem. So I would say until it gets over that right now, as we take a look at this chart, just simply making lower lows, making lower highs as well out here, still in bearish mode. So it's bouncing as it should because of either Fibonacci expansions as well as getting down into oversold. Now, talking about silver out here, let's go out to Lone Tree, Colorado, to our man Jim. He's our next winner in the Great Panther Silver Giveaway. Congratulations, Jim.
Hey, good morning, Steve. It was really
good morning. How are you?
This morning. Pretty good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
Okay, because you're kind of fuzzy
so much
on this end, but it was really good to hear from Tom this morning.
Ah, good. So you've got how long you've been a Tiger listener?
I don't know. I think I'm pushing 7 or 8 years.
That's great.
Date, but it's been a while.
Oh, that's really wonderful. So that's a pretty good way to start your day with little silver, a little more change in your pocket.
Yeah, of course. So silver's
that's
what
great.
now? Silver's about what, $80 an ounce now, and I get a half an ounce.
$80 an ounce. Well, I tell you what. Hey, it's having a nice morning. You know, you're already up an extra couple percent. You're already up an extra 67 cents as far as the market is concerned. So, so that is a good thing. Anything you want to take a look at while you're on the phone with us?
No, because I kind of do the direction with both sides of the IWM, so I think you've already covered it already. So that's kind of my main emphasis in the last couple of years.
Oh, excellent! You know, that's great to be able to focus on one equity. You get the feel of the pattern that is out there. Any special tools that you use when you're analyzing the IWM?
I kind of like the weekly stochastic to give me the trend, and then intraday I do the Fibonacci numbers for day trading. Oh,
that's great. That's great. Well, look, Jim, we appreciate you entering the Great Panther Silver Giveaway. Glad that you're a winner. Thanks for being so supportive of TFNN for so long, and have yourself a great day.
Hey, thanks, Steve.
You bet. That's great, folks. And remember, go to the homepage at TFNN.com. You, too, can be a Great Panther Silver Giveaway, just a winner, just like Jim was. We would love to be calling you next hour. So go sign up so that you have that chance. Let's go take a look at some of these stocks here that are popping in the market. The first one we're going to start with is Amazon, up $17.80 here. So let's go take a look at that stock chart. Let me refresh my screen out here because I know this doesn't look right. Of course, looks like Amazon here popping up this morning and doing a little bit of a drop. What is going on? I've lost yesterday's data. If that is the case, we're not going to go ahead and take a look at Amazon. I'll do that during the next break. Try to come back and take a look at it. Give me one more second here, see what is going on. So that is not that's not working. Let's go try to take a look at some other stocks out here. I don't know why I'm struggling here with Amazon. Let's go take a look at the symbol PJC out here. That is, give me a second. PJC is Piper Jaffray. Piper Jaffray gapping up this morning. Let's go take a look at the volume behind this. If we take a look at Piper Jaffray, it has had one heck of a run, most certainly off of the July 2012 level. This thing here is making a 1 to 2 A to B equals CD up, also getting above the 0.786 retracement. So gapping up this morning, that candle is not the bullish type of thing that you want to actually see out here. Yesterday, quite frankly, formed a 13 count in the TD combo. Now, these 13 counts are really great because if they fail, it really tells you about a strong continuation trend that is underway. So we'll see whether or not the gap up here in Piper Jaffray, signals that this thing wants to go up and actually make a run for the swing point high out here, which would take it back into the February 17th, 2011. But you can see this thing is really in overbought territory out here. I mean, you're talking extremes up at 92 out there. Still, though, as you take a look at this A to B equals CD pattern, no bears really along the way. As it breaks that 1-to-1 level, bears not showing up at all inside this equity. They certainly haven't shown up. See how this thing here completes. But you've got volume so far of 137,000 shares. 45,000 shares. Yesterday did 137,000 shares. Let's go see some of these other stocks here popping and dropping. Let's go take a look at to the downside. You've got HAE is the ticker symbol. That is the leader in the clubhouse on the way down. That is Haemonetics. Haemonetics. That is gapping down with volume, coming down into the last sign of strength. So this thing here gapping up, of course, on January 2nd. So that's the level that it's testing. That gap up here, the ticker symbol again is HAE. Gap's up 510,000 shares, but it's coming into that gap up area hot. Already with 14 minutes of trading, 200,000 shares. And now what that is also going to be coming into, we'll see if this area can hold that support. You had a nice sign of strength, wide price spread, accelerated volume on October 31st. So as you take a look at that candle, you're taking a look at that price point spread of 38.12 down to $40.99. So we'll see. So that it's got some friends here. That volume was 677,000 shares. So at the top of the gap from December 31st, it's got some friends out there. If that area fails, we'll just put a line across the screen out here. If this area fails, what we can also see is we can see this high volume low that has not been tested on this equity. That would take this all the way back to the August 2nd, 2012 price area of 33.51 to 35.33 out there. So you are seeing now, as we take a look at this equity, hasn't had really much in the way of large sell-offs. Today truly being the first one, but it is coming back to an area that should be some type of support on it because of the high volume session it had on October 31st, as well as at the gap up area from December 31st. Let's go take a look at Commvault, CVLT, and let's go see what that is doing. I don't know if that is still inside the IBD. 50 stocks out here, gapping up this morning, having some nice volume. Let's see if Commvault Systems was out with earnings here. As we take a look at this stock chart here, looks like they were out with a net income of $51 million. That was $1.08 per share. Let's see here. Give me a moment. Net income. We did that. Let's take a look at revenues. $357 million in revenue versus $292. So that is a beautiful thing. So we take a look at Commvault Systems, the last area where this broke out. So not a bad-looking chart out here. So this must still be in the IBD. Most certainly it is. Commvault last broke out on October 31st out here. Did it with 2.8 million shares, gapping up. That gap has not been filled out here. In fact, this thing has quite a few gaps here that have not been filled. Gapping up this morning, volume 427,000 shares. That's not going to have any problem taking out the most recent set of swing points out here. I did volume a couple trading sessions ago of 818,000. Let's put this thing on a weekly chart and see what type of A to B equals CD patterns we might be able to find out here. Well, it's got quite a few. This thing is really extending itself. But let's go take a look at the A to B equals CD that I would put on here. I'd start with the swing point all the way back in November 2008, down at a price of about $7.42. My B point that I would choose on this, I'd probably go ahead and choose the July 8th level at the 47.56, does about a 0.382 retracement. We can see here price moving inside that C to D leg. That says that Commvault Systems should be headed for 82.01, trading at 76.55 right now. Let's see if it took out that B point with volume. I suspect it did. We're looking at the weekly chart, 2.5 million shares out there. Took it out with 2.5 million shares the week of December 12th, 2011. Took it out again with 5 million shares on February 3rd, 2012. That was on Commvault Systems out here. Let's go take a look at Fossil. FOSL is the ticker symbol there, the number 2 in the doghouse this morning on the way down. So let's go see what kind of volume and where that is headed to. Fossil here gapping down, well, not really much of a gap down this morning, trading down. And let's go take a look at Fossil, see what it did. Fossil making a TD Compo 13 count, if we're taking a look at doing it on the trading session of January 17th. This thing closes below the low of January 17th, 103.42, suggests it has lower prices. And where is this going? Pretty easy to see where this is going to. This is going back to the last downdraft area, which was on May 8th, 2012, down with 20 million shares on that trading session. You can see as this made its most recent move up, not really, just kind of being a never land out here. What I mean by that, folks, is that if you take a look at this equity, go to the stock chart, you'll see on May 7th, the low was 125.20 out there, did 1.5 million shares. Very next day, talk about wide price spread and accelerated volume, does a volume of 20 million shares, gets down to 75.56. So this thing really fell out of bed out here, moving up into the overbought territory. You had a little bearish engulfing candle on January 28th out there, 462 million shares. And so this morning moving down. Let me see if there is some earnings behind the news on Fossil. Trading down $2.50. No, nothing other than seeing a downgrade alert out there. 877-927-6648. The Dow up 6, Composite up 9, S&P's up 0.. We'll be right back.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on Chinese stocks, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Recently, Basil Chapman has had some outstanding trades in his newsletter, The Opening Call. Each morning by 9 a.m., Basil uploads his newsletter to the TFNN servers so that his subscribers can access his expert trading advice. Basil gives his take on the direction of key indices and updates any active trades that his subscribers are currently in. Just recently, Basil subscribers closed out a short position in Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG, for more than an $86 profit per share, over a 20% gain in just one position. If you'd like to try out Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, then visit the front page of TFNN.com and click Trading Newsletters. There you'll find Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, where you can request a free sample copy. Also, don't miss Basil's program, the Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, on TFNN.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, has helped subscribers for over 10 years navigate the high-risk world of exploring and producing gold companies. And now's a great time to sign up for a free month-long trial to see the kind of insight that Tom delivers for his subscribers on a weekly basis. Every Monday, Tom O'Brien issues a quick update on the metal market, giving you his take on the HUI, XAU, GLD, dollar, bonds, and much more. Tom follows Monday's update with a full gold report, which is delivered to subscribers Tuesday afternoon with detailed coverage of 24 separate gold or metal stocks, as well as another 10 to 15 stocks that he lets you know are on his potential watch list. Get your month-long free trial to the Gold Report today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Don't spend another year navigating the metal markets on your own. Act early in 2013 and make the most of your gold and metal market investments.
Catch the Money Masters as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to trading and investing. Next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Pretty flat market out here. The Dow down 5 points. Composite having the biggest move here. Apple up slightly. Apple's up $2. Google's up $5. Microsoft's up 14 cents. Amazon up as well. Where is it's up $17 and change out there. And as we take, and I suspect what we'll see is a relatively flat market into the Fed minutes here, the FOMC meeting for the second day today. About 2:15, I believe, is I think 2 o'clock is when they release the statement, and Uncle Ben coming out at about 2:15 today. So if we take a look at Apple trading out right now at 460.39, having a little piercing candle. It's a bullish candle as it was coming off of the overbought area. This was on January 28th, 2 trading sessions ago. Moving up with a little doji candle here yesterday. And what Apple is doing, if you take a look at the volume, you can see the volume from the 28th, 28 million shares as it made that piercing candle. Yesterday, 20 million shares. So far this morning, 2.8 million shares. The first area of resistance for Apple is going to be the gap down, is going to be the resistance of the top of the January 24th level. That is at 465.73, 52 million shares down there. It has not tested that level. That is the first place of release of any kind of information to us on what Apple wants to do from this point out, at least short term, I should say. This point out. If we take a look at Apple, it's got a confirmed A to B equals CD down to that 395 level. Looks like it's really just building up some energy to take out that last area, really that last area of support, which is that breakout session. It's that gap up area from January 25th out there. Only 34 million shares, so not like a huge defensive wall. It is an open gap. It has been tested. It has pretty much held so far, but that will be filled most certainly. That low is 440. Let's see, the area where the gap will get tested is going to be the high of the 425.10 session from January 24th. But very likely what we will see Apple do is move beyond the 395 level, move all the way back to 341.38, just simply because of taking a look at A to B equals CD. At that point, 382 retracement on that B to C leg suggests lower prices. And even though in these gaps out here, you got to use your imagination and fill them in. That is wide price spread, accelerated volume, and that was taking out that hammer candle as well. That was inside that. That's the B point, which was November 16th out there. So as you take a look at that session, that gap down session from January 24th, that is wide price spread and accelerated volume to the downside. If we go peek in at the Qs right now, let's go do that. The Qs here trading out at a price of 67.44, getting back to the gap down where that little island reversal from January 23rd is out there. That low is 67.46. Trading at 67.44, got up to the 67.48 level. So getting up there to get some of those stranded passengers out here. Volume on that swing point of January 23rd is 32 million shares. So far today in the queue is pretty good volume, 8.6 million in the early trading session. Let's take a quick. How about that? Let's take a quick peek in at the SPYs. Let's go see what the SPYs are doing out here. Got the SPYs trading out at 150.77. The SPYs yesterday completed an A to B equals CD. Looks to me like the SPYs want to spike 151.76. That would set up the 1.272 butterfly. That is on the SPYs, trading out right now at 150.80. Folks, if you're off to start your day, thanks so much for joining us. Have a fantastic, a wonderful Wednesday out there. Please remember this, folks. You have an amazing power within yourself, and that power, it's so strong it'll create a life of abundance, cure incurable diseases, build billion-dollar businesses, paint magnificent masterpieces, but mostly create fantastic, loving families. Thanks for being a part of the TFNN family. Have a great day.
Let me tell you something, folks. I have people coming up to me saying, I just can't believe the amount of work that Steve does on his newsletter. And I says, I absolutely agree.
That is a recent clip from the Money Masters show that Tom and I do each day at TFNN. My newsletter service, Mastering Probability, is much, much more than a newsletter. Yes, it's outperformed the S&P 500 by 100% during the last 15 months. But more importantly, it's an extraordinary education, a roadmap for your success. And it's yours risk-free for the next 30 days. Just go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, and then Mastering Probability, because everyone needs a success strategy. For most, it's a competitive edge, the will to win, the drive to overcome any obstacle. Whatever you call it, winners find a way. Find your way to Mastering Probability today, because your journey to extraordinary rewards is just one click away.